Nicely done.
Thank you.
Maxine will be out in a month's time, and we got a trailer as a surprise. And of course, also A24 announced that they will be doing a re-release of X in theaters just in time for Maxine with a 6-minute snippet of the film. Will we be there? More than likely. But let's talk about the new trailer that we just got today, which serves some pretty interesting stuff that I hadn't thought about talking about previously and made me get some theories. So I'll make a theory video for y'all. This is just a breakdown of the trailer we saw today because there's a lot to get through and I'm excited to talk about it. So before we get into it, we are on the road to 35,000 subscribers, tons of giveaways, tons of videos all summer long. You don't want to miss out on that. Tonight we are watching Watchers and we will have a reaction for you. So make sure you're subscribed to know what we thought about the film. But let's get into the new A24 film from Ty West and Mia Goth, Maxine. So one of the first things that this starts off with is a very retro 80s style trailer to The Puritan, which is the film that they are filming in the movie Maxine. More importantly, this is The Puritan 2, which Maxine has auditioned for, and we have Lily Collins, who is playing Molly Bennett, who seems to be the star of the film, as well as Elizabeth Debicki, who plays Elizabeth Bender, who is the director here. And we see Maxine come on the set and meet Molly for the first time, and they all get blood on their hands. And even Elizabeth Debicki's character says, guess we all got blood on our hands. So that kind of gets you off on the right foot about how this movie's going to be. We then see Kevin Bacon's character, who is playing the private investigator here, and we theorize who Kevin Bacon could be working for. So we don't think that they are investigating the murders happening here. I think they're trying to investigate the massacre that happened, which they are dubbing in the film the Texas Porn Star Massacre, which we'll talk more about that in a bit. But we do see it here in the clipping as we see that this has become a big story, and I believe they're trying to find out what exactly happened. Of course, Maxine is the only one that lived from that, and so I'm wondering if they think she might have had something to do with it or might have been the one to commit the murders here. We then get what seems to be a Bates Motel, which looks like the Universal Studios tour. I don't know if they're using Universal Studios tour lot here. I just don't know. But we do see Pearl in the Bates Motel standing ominously in the second floor, just as Mother would, or Norman Bates, and Maxine looking in there like, what the hell? And then it cuts to Kevin Bacon's private investigator, which makes me wonder and go back to the theory that I've had before. Is Kevin Bacon working for somebody who is from Pearl's family? Or do we have a situation where Kevin Bacon is working for Maxine's father and trying to get closer to Maxine? As we know at the end of X, Maxine's father is looking for Maxine, and apparently there's some theories floating around that Maxine might not be her real name. And this is a sort of thing that she's using to hide from the church. But we do feel the church will make a presence in this film, as well as a lot of the log lines and tags have been that Maxine's past is catching up to her. So one of the other things we see here is there is a protest happening, what seems to be outside of the studio where they might be filming The Puritan, because The Puritan seems to be filming on a soundstage from the beginning of the trailer. And so we see these different signs about our children deserve better, Hollywood needs a change of scene, Satan stole my daughter, horror is not art. We do see that it says horror is equal to porn. And we do see somebody who seems to be wearing a Lorraines shirt, as you can see right there. Could this possibly be Lorraine's father? They are holding the sign that says Satan stole my daughter. We do know Lorraine participated in the porno they were shooting at the Texas farm, so definitely could be a thing right here. But it seems that more people than we thought are really not vibing with Maxine after everything that happens. We then cut to the alley scene, which has been dubbed something of a very, very crazy scene by people. They're claiming the theories are out there. I don't know. We're not going to speculate here. I just know that it looks like Maxine's being confronted by what could possibly be the killer. I don't know if like I've said before, the whole thing with the Night Stalker and everything could be a red herring. There could be somebody else who's using that to cover their tracks. We do see the LAPD detectives here and what seems to be some bodies that the Night Stalker might have gotten a hold of. And we see Maxine there, which the LAPD detectives are presumably sort of having a hunch Maxine could have something tied to all of this. We then cut to Maxine watching the porn massacre as they get sent a tape that says for Maxine, and we also can note that the Puritan #1 is up on the VCR as well, so Maxine could have been doing some sort of like study of the film as she's getting ready to be in it, and see that the killer, we presume to be the killer, or this could also be Kevin Bacon's character, is there watching a peep show, which was a big thing back in the day. And we see Maxine being stalked by somebody, and y'all, I tried so many times to pause it in the right moment, but I don't know, I can't pause it to see who this could be putting the bag over Maxine. It seems to be a character that we haven't seen before. They look a little older, and it seems that they might be the church. I don't know. I'm very curious as who this could be. We then see the massacre that could potentially be happening in the video store, because there's a lot of videotapes, the knife coming down and the blood everywhere as well. Could this be the end of Moses, or could it be somebody else in the video store? We also see a little bit of Maxine taking it to the detective with her keys as a tool to pretty much inflict them as much pain as they can. And I'm wondering if this is prior to the meeting or right after, because it seems it might be after, because later on we do see Kevin Bacon have like a bandaged nose and stuff like that. But when we see him beforehand, he doesn't. So maybe Maxine has had enough with the private investigator at this point. We do see a body being taken out of a building, and I'm assuming this is either going to be Moses right after that massacre we saw at the video store earlier on in the trailer, or this could also be Halsey, who I've talked about is probably dead in the film, because we do see their corpse in the other trailer. And, you know, that could definitely be it. But Maxine does look shaken up by it, so that's why I'm wondering it could be one or the other. That's who Maxine seems to be the closest to throughout this whole trailer. So we do see the alley scene again. We see Maxine looking a little bit better, and we get a bit more about the cast here as well. And we see Maxine sort of giving their audition as well throughout. And like I said, we don't know who the bagman is. It definitely looks like it could be somebody we haven't seen before, somebody from the church more possibly, but I don't know if the church is trying to kill Maxine. You know, that's a big thing as well. So we don't know, but we do know that this trailer has given us some more insight into the whole dilemma surrounding Maxine, the Puritan, the Texas porn star massacre, and all of that, because we do see Lorraine's father has something there as well. So it definitely has raised some very valid questions about what exactly did people find out about the Texas porn star massacre. Like, we do know that Maxine was the only survivor, so maybe people want to know what happened exactly. Maybe Maxine doesn't want to speak about it, and I think that Maxine could be a suspect on this whole thing. Could this have possibly leaked in some shape, way, or form that Maxine was there? Maybe Maxine tried to make it out like she wasn't there. The change of hair color and everything as well, that she had an ex, as Maxine did shoot some scenes there, so it was possibly all on the camera that the police and detectives found. But, you know, it's interesting. I'm curious to see how that happened. Like, what exactly are the implications after that massacre that the police have now? What are people's thoughts on it? Maybe people are pissed to hear that Maxine is going to be in the Puritan, because I believe that there was a theory going around that the Puritan was sort of based around the idea of the whole porn star massacre, and that they were sort of like using that as inspiration of sorts. And it kind of goes hand in hand with Hollywood and how they take these horrible stories that happen and profit off of it, and sort of have the victims and everybody who suffered just be there to watch it all again. And I think using that is something that's interesting, especially as they use the Night Stalker as well here. Maybe, like I said, it is a red herring and just sort of more of a commentary on the obsession that people have with serial killers and violence. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see what happens. This trailer was great. I'm excited. We're a month away. We will be more than likely watching the re-release of X. I'm hoping that we do get some interesting 6 minutes of footage for it, and I'll be talking about it as we go. So let me know what y'all think about the newest trailer. What are your thoughts? Who do you think is the person being wheeled out? Who do you think is doing all of these crimes? I will have theories. I will have a video on it probably on Friday. I will definitely be talking about it. So make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be talking all the theories from this newest trailer and everything else we've gotten. And stay tuned for that, because it's going to be good. So on the road to 35,000 subscribers. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, notification bell, hit it right now. We are doing a ton of giveaways and videos starting next week throughout the summer. You don't want to miss out on it. On our road to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. I'm very excited to do that goal. But anyways, I'll see you next time. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, our website, www.culturalexer.com. As always, stay safe, stay positive.
Time to pay for your sins.